Ossabaw Island muzzleloader hunt with Winchester X150 and Ruger Old Army. William Hovey Smith, 2021.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And once more, we are at Kilkenny Marina with our little pitiful pile of stuff behind us, ready to go out there on the island and hunt some deer and hunt some hogs with muzzleloaders. We're going to load up on a boat like these gentlemen are doing right now and go out there and go get them. And here we are at Ossabaw, at the landing, at nearly low tide, a bad time to arrive. And here the hunters are in line telling their stories, waiting for things to open up in the morning and get signed up for the areas.
Oh. Hey, I'm James Smith. What we're doing is signing in for the quota hunt.
And here, guys, is where you sign in and actually can see and choose your areas.
Right here.
So you pick out a good one you probably hunted before, sign up for it, and it's yours for the duration of the hunt.
Thank you, sir.
And here are the assembled hunt members gathered for the hunt. It's 5:20 here at Ossabaw and the end of the first day. And I'm set up in my tree stand as usual. And I'm looking, about 60 yards in that direction and through palmettos and oaks and palm trees as typical. And here's my tree. And guns. Rifle and pistol, and then over in that direction mostly palmettos. Overall for the hunt, it's been a very good day. I've heard a lot of shooting going on. Now I have seen 4 hogs, shot at one and missed, glimpsed a deer, didn't have an opportunity to do that, but I'm limited as to what I can do now. So I'm set up just about 100 yards from the road, which is about as far as I can really drag a fair-sized animal. So I did go back and walk this afternoon, and in the walking is when I saw 2 of the hogs and shot at one, and also glimpsed the deer. Like the old saying goes, it ain't done till the fat lady sings. It is the end of our first day's hunt at Ossabaw, and it sounded like people had pretty good luck today. We'll know when we see how many critters on the truck when they come back. At the end of the first day, the 50-odd hunters brought in 21 hog and 19 deer that I counted in the cooler. Most hunters take 1 or more animals. But it's the end of the day, my guns are unloaded, and we have our trusty thermosil because skeeters are going to get terrible in a few minutes. And get out, have supper, and prepare to do this again tomorrow. But it's been a beautiful day. Clear, a little warm, but not hot. So, yeah, great day. About the same expected tomorrow, maybe some showers. We have a little rosy sunset out there to end the day. I just made a shot with a Ruger Old Army there. And I'm sorry, it's out of focus. But this was a shot that you really need a pistol for, because I'm rotating around to the back of my stand. And actually the hog was directly behind the stand back there. And I made a one-handed unassisted shot and hit it. And I think I will find it dead about 30 yards away. Well, it is daylight now, full daylight. And the hogs have just started moving, or continued moving actually.
This is about as nice as the Ossabaw hunting woods get. You have green grass cover that the hogs like to eat. You have a mixture of palm and huge oaks, all of which are dropping food on the ground. The ground is damp for rooting. Hogs like that. So yeah, this is all good stuff for the local critters. We are at the end of day 2 of our Ossabaw Island hunt. And how did we do? Well, initially, the plan was to set up in the stand that we already had established and hunt the morning. And we did. And approximately 15 minutes after we set up, we had a hog. It came in on the back of the stand like that. And I made a one-handed shot and hit the hog. It squealed. I could hear it run, and then I thought I could hear it thrash and finally expire. But what I could not do is find that hog. We looked 3 different times in several different places. The angle was such I could not track its direction of travel, nor could I find any blood. And it undoubtedly is dead there in the midst of thick palmettos. But exactly where, I don't know. And in 80-degree heat, even if I found it tomorrow, I'm afraid it would be too late. So, one hog shot, probably killed, but not recovered. The hog was shot with the Ruger Old Army, using the percussion cylinder, as this is a black powder hunt. And now we have fired 1 chamber. So we're going to clean the single chamber and the barrel tonight and reload with round ball. Now I have been shooting Kato Ojama's bullets out of this, a 255 grain bullet designed specifically for the Old Army. But I don't have any that are soft lead cast for percussion cylinder use. Mine are hard cast for use in 45 long Colt, and so until I run another batch, I'll have to go with round ball with the percussion revolver. Today, I've hunted 2 sides of my area, one to the left and one to the right. And my area also has a road but dividing 2 sections. And tomorrow I will hunt the other side of the road. Coming out, I saw 2 red hogs just by the side of the road. Plus this area also fronts the marsh. One more day, and we shall try again. I am an author, mostly of outdoor books, but I also have business titles, the newest of which is Make Your Own Job Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age, which promotes individual entrepreneurship. I also have my novel, Until Death Do You Part, An American Family Meets Their Sicilian Cousins, which is available on Amazon.com as an e-book, audiobook, and softcover. This is the 3rd and last day of our Ossabaw hunt, and I'm still in my same area, although a different part of it. We of course came in as usual as daylight, and I'm hunting the marsh edge here. And as you can see, we are at very full flood tide. And as tides go, oh yeah, this one is unusually high. So consequently, the beasties have been moved inland off the marsh. So they're in here somewhere. Although thus far, not moving too much, I guess. Although the fellow on the right of me has shot and the fellow on the left of me has shot. I haven't shot. I haven't seen anything to shoot. But we're hunting open areas, and the mast this year all over is very sparse. I've only seen very few acorns and palm berries, and that's about it. So they're here and they're hungry and they're looking, so they ought to be moving. So I've got to move a little bit and sit a little bit on the ground. I take my stand in the next to the last day and usually hunt on the ground the last day, and I have about as much success ground sitting as I do stand hunting. When I go out for all day. Now if I get a critter in the morning, I'll go back in and processing it, but unless I do, I won't. So that means I usually take a lunch with me. And this consists of a bottle of water. Yeah, if you start dragging a beastie, you're going to get dehydrated in a hurry, so I save that. A small can of Diet Coke. Beach Cliff sardines, I particularly like those. Sardines have taken a downhill turn in their packing. They used to be right neat sardines, and now they just jumble in there any which way. Vienna sausages, package of Ritz crackers, and in the large plastic bag is Hovey's Health bread, and that's a bread I make myself with whole wheat flour, nuts, cranberries, raisins, and butter. And as a consequence, it's a rugged fruit bread, not too sweet, but has some sweetness to it. And it keeps very well without refrigeration. I can keep that for a week. So here's lunchtime. Bon appetit. It is sunset, and it is the end of the third day of our hunt on Ossabaw Island. And XP 150 has had its problems, as have I. We had 5 failures to fire. 2 were at game, 3 while I cleared the gun, then I reloaded, and finally it did fire, but not at a piece of game. And it looks like we have a truck, and somewhat early. Hello. Okay. Well, I am ready. We have once more concluded our hunt at Georgia's fabled Ossabaw Island. And how did we do? Well, friend Roger with his little Seneca did very, very well. That is a very lightweight 45 caliber rifle that he was shooting round ball with. And he got 2 deer and several hogs. Here is friend and hunting partner Roger Kicklighter with his Thompson Center Seneca and a deer from a previous hunt. I had poor luck. And this included 5 successive misfires. And the problem is not with the gun and not with the primers, but with the powder. Blackhorn 209 will not stay loaded in this gun for several days and still function. I found that out during muzzleloading season, and I confirmed that on this particular hunt. Twice it failed when the gun was pointed at game. And 3 times later, I finally got it to fire, and then loaded a fresh charge, and that charge fired with a hang fire. So consequently, we're going to do a powder change on that particular gun. On my knife, we used it to dress 2 deer and 1 hog, which people gave to me, by the way. And I used it to chop bone, and the edge got dulled a little bit. I can see there's some glints on the edge, and it cut reasonably well as long as it was sharpened. But right now it is in desperate need of some attention, and so yeah, it's going to get sharpened. Then on our reclaimed Norwegian hatchet, I used it to chop up game with, and that performed, as you expect, very well as doing general chores around camp, such as cutting and pounding tent stakes. So yeah, this was worth bringing along. Well, we're gonna get loaded up and out of here and back home, and then I've got 2 deer and a hog to put up. Well, we loaded at nearly dead low tide, and now we're going back at nearly full tide, which makes for a much easier move up and down the ramp. Georgia's tides can range to 12 feet.
You are. That boy there.
And here we are getting ready for pickup. And now, indeed, we are back at Kilkenny Marina. Now, this is the largest deer yet taken on the island, and it was taken by Clayton Gamble with a Traditions 50 caliber kit gun that he built decades ago. There are other ways to hunt hogs in Georgia, including with dogs and knives, as this fellow does. Residents and non-residents alike may apply for these Ossabaw Island hunts, and this includes a primitive weapons hunt. Go to GoHuntGeorgia.com to find out. For more information on my books, blogs, and 900 YouTube videos, go to www.hoviesmith.com. For additional information on my business books, go to CreateYourOwnJobSecurity.com. To discover how my novel, screenplay, and movie project is coming along, go to FatherOfTheGrooms.net. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye and God bless.